so I feel like we're putting off leg day for a minute here, but gotta hit the legs. Because if you don't, it's not gonna, doesn't help with the whole physique, you know? So normally I don't do any squats, but last time I did this leg day routine and I was doing the leg press machine, no one was impressed. They were like, dude, what are you doing? Do some squats. But I don't like squats. What's up, fellow Homo sapien? I don't know. I think I'm gonna spam these calves first, and then we'll just do leg press. Because in my opinion, I found that squats just get too much bulkiness around the waist. But leg press, you hit your quads, it hits all your legs, and you're not at risk of like hurting your back or anything like that. There's like way more benefits, or at least there's like way more decreased risk of injury, and you still get the same benefits. So it's a dilemma doing calves on this machine, because if you're doing legs and you're working your quads, the pad, like I don't know, for me it does like this weird, it like pinches the muscle down. So if it's like you're working the quad and it's like all puffed up, get the pump going, and then you got this thing pressing all this weight on your leg, it's like your quads start to cramp up, and then you don't even feel like you worked your calves as much. But this is a really good like machine for calves, because it gets more of like the thickness going there, because like the way that the angle of the knee is, it like works the calf differently than if your leg was straight. Oh yeah, I've had that, getting injured, not going to the gym for a while, and then going to the gym, and then feeling weaker. But at least on those rest days, it's like you've actually like allowed your body to recuperate. For me, most of the time, injuries come from like overdoing it. I'm lifting too much weight. I'm trying to do some really weird exercises. I'm not eating properly. Didn't get enough sleep. Not stretching. You know, there's all these things. Like whenever I get injuries, it's because I'm not recuperating properly. So it forces you to like rest. But on the bright side, at least when you get back, you can kind of like re-tap into those like the beginner gains, you know? And it feels good having a rest day for a while. It definitely does. I felt bad. My brother the other day, he's like, man, I haven't been to the gym for like 6 days. And ever since I started doing the live streams of the workouts, I'm like, dang, I've been in the gym like 7 days in a row. And he hasn't been in the gym at all. But his schedule was super busy, so it makes sense. But I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta make the exercise a priority, because like eating isn't an option. You know, people are always eating, and I just kind of see going to the gym the same way. Like, it doesn't feel like a fulfilled day if I have not exercised. What's your favorite workout day? I'll have to read that in a sec. I might have to go lighter with this. I'm not feeling it in the calves the way that I want. And most of the time, with any muscle group, if you're not feeling it in the muscle the way that you want to feel it, it's most likely because you're doing too much weight. So don't have an ego, just decrease the weight. Let's see. And when you got a job and a full schedule, it definitely can be difficult to be hitting the gym. I got a short story about that. Oops. I'll just leave it down there. But yeah, oh dude, chest day, shoulder day, of course. Chest day, shoulder day, that's where it's at. But yeah, so I used to work at Amazon. It was like right around the beginning of like me really like diving into like the fitness stuff. Because like I went to school for health and exercise science, I was a personal trainer for a little bit, but I just never took it seriously. And then at the beginning of last year, just like, I don't know, I looked at myself in the mirror, I'm like, I got a gut, and just in a really bad point in my life, and I was like, what the hell are you doing? So, 12-hour night shift, yep. That's exactly like, so financially, terrible situation. Romantically, relationship stuff wasn't in a good point. And then like physically, like my health and stuff was total crap. I was like, everything's out of control. And I knew like if I could just like master one thing, then like I can start building around that. And I was like, you know what? I want to have a six-pack. I want to get back in shape. I know how to do it. I went to college for this. Just do what you would tell someone else to do. So I just like listened to my own advice 100% and got in really good shape. But during that time, I was doing 12-hour night shifts at Amazon. I'd start work at 6:30 p.m., get done work at 7 a.m., and then I'd be going to bed around 8 a.m. So if you do the math, 8 plus 8, like assuming I get to bed at 8 p.m. or 7:30, or my bad, assuming I get to bed at like 8 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. and I sleep for like 7 or 8 hours, I'm waking up at like 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. And then I'm starting work at 6:30 p.m. You only get a couple hours. So I'd wake up, have a protein shake, go to the gym, come back to the apartment, shower, eat breakfast, grab my food for work, and then go to work. That was like the schedule for like 4 or 5 months. It was ridiculous. But it was just like, a matter of like prioritizing. Like everything had to be simplified. I couldn't be in the gym for hours. I had to just go in for like 30, 45 minutes, get out. And all the exercises had to be like on point. And nutrition had to be dialed in. Like there couldn't be any guesswork. So I took all the guesswork out, made it as simple as possible, and then got some really crazy good results. And now I'm just, showing you guys what I do for my workouts, and then I basically just tell you guys what I already did. And if it works for you, then rock on. Like, yeah, do it. But keep it simple. I don't have to worry about that. Since I'm in school, I'm not looking forward to having a job back. Oh, this thing, making too much noise. Yeah, even school stuff, that can be difficult. Balancing like going to school, doing your homework, trying to hang out with friends. It can be tough. It's funny, I had a roommate, so I'm in school, I'm at college, I'm going to school. At the time, I wanted to do physical therapy, so I'm literally studying to get like a doctorate, like be a doctor. And hello, good sir, how are you? Or man, person. But yeah, I'm in school, on the path of getting a doctorate, and one of my roommates was studying like photography. Their earliest class started at 12 p.m. Mine started at like 6:30 a.m. And everything was so polar opposite. Like they would always try to convince me, like, dude, you gotta come out like with us this weekend. Because if you think about it, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're gonna look back. What are you gonna remember? That you studied for a test? Or are you gonna remember that you came out, drank with your boys? And it's like, I'm like, all right, first of all, dude, you don't ever remember any of the weekends you go out because you drank too much. And second, like, I got a test to study for. Like, what can I... And the thing that's funny, you ask him how the college experience was, he was like, oh, it was a lot of fun, but like, dude, school was so hard. You ask me, I'm like trying to think, like I remember the classes, but I'm like, I don't remember ever stressing about it. I just remember going, hanging out with friends, studying, meeting really cool people, getting the homework done. Like, you gotta prioritize things sometimes. And for me, I don't know. I bet I was stressed during certain things, but I don't remember it because I just had to study and get the work done. Like, that's the priority. And yeah, in the season, you might not want to do work, but if you can get some type of job that's somewhat related to the field of work that you're going to school for, it makes it really helpful. Like, trust me. How to reduce belly fat? That is a good question. Give me 5 seconds while I work my calves. And I will answer that question for you. In the meantime, how are you doing? good to know. What up, Waynes? Keep it appropriate in here. We might have some young adults in the chat, all right? All right, who wants a little science lesson for burning belly fat? Let's see. Yo, cool if I borrow this whiteboard for a moment? All right, cool. These are the perks of working at the gym that you work out at. All right, little science lesson real quick in the middle of my workout, showing you guys the basic math for how to burn belly fat. So I know a lot of people out there a lot of you guys, even myself, have tried cutting calories and exercising more. And at a certain point, it's like, I don't know if this is working. I'm barely eating anything and I'm not losing weight. I've thought that same thing. But ultimately, like, unless you go to a doctor and they've diagnosed that you have like a thyroid condition or some specific rare genetic thing, most of the time, 99 times out of 100, we just aren't aware that we're eating more calories than what we're burning off. So I call this method holding the line, something that I've heard from Jocko Willink, Navy SEAL. So imagine military, army, they gotta hold the line, enemy reinforcements can't get past the line. If anyone crosses the line, mission failure. They don't let anyone get past the line. In our fitness, in our diet, this line, that's our BMR. Stands for basal metabolic rate. It just means how many calories we're naturally burning just to stay alive. So if this is how many calories we are burning every day just for merely existing, what you want to do if you want to lose weight is you do not want to cross that line. Because what mainly happens, this is what I recognize for myself, is when I'm eating calories, when I'm doing my foods, I'm eating up here. I'm eating above the BMR. And when I go over it, that means I'm going to be gaining weight because I'm eating more energy than I'm burning off. So when people start to cut calories, they did cut a good amount of calories, but they're still above the BMR. Now there's a few tricks to raising the BMR, that way you don't have to just cut the calories. One trick of raising the BMR is being more active. The more active you are, the more calories you're going to be burning throughout the day. Another trick, building more muscle. The more muscle you have, the more calories you're naturally going to be burning throughout the day. Is that making sense? You guys can comment if I need to slow down or anything like that, because it's a lot of stuff. This took years of college stuff just to condense down to this. So the trick is you first want to calculate your BMR. I'm working on my website. I have a calculator on a website that I'm designing, and you plug in your information and it'll just tell you what your BMR is. And as long as you don't go over that, you're good. You exercise more, you're gonna start losing weight. But the trick is you not only get to eating at the BMR, but you wanna eat slightly less. I recommend eating 300 calories less. Just enough where you're starting to burn fat, but you're not starving yourself. Like 300 calories, that's like a granola bar. That's a bowl of cereal that you skip in the morning. It's nothing crazy. I'm not even saying eat certain foods. I'm just saying don't go over the calories and then look for something that you can just cut out 300 more calories. Because after 10 days, That's 3,000 calories. That's almost a pound of fat. And remember what I was saying before about the physical activity? Imagine you go to the gym, you're wearing an activity monitor, or you're on the elliptical, and it tells you the amount of calories you're burning. Let's say every day you go to the gym with just the goal of burning an extra 300 calories. Now you're really getting below the BMR. When you add these together, that's 600 calories that you're burning every single day. Do that for 10 days. That's 6,000 calories. That's a lot of calories in 10 days. Like if the average diet is like eating 2,000 calories, that's essentially like not eating for 3 days. Like that's the amount of energy you used 3 days worth of energy. And if you do that for a whole month, multiply that by 3, that's 18,000 calories. And what did I say to do? Did I say starve yourself? No. Did I say go to the gym for 5 hours? No. All I said was find out what your BMR is, eat 300 less, and then just add an extra physical activity. I'm not saying look for how you burn 300 calories. I'm saying add an activity that allows you to burn an extra 300. And now you're at 600 calories burned, 600 calories below the BMR. After 10 days, 6,000 calories. After a month, 18,000 calories. You can't tell me you're not going to be starting to see some results with that. So I kind of went on a little rant there, but hopefully that doesn't matter if you are not doing this, if you don't get this part dialed in, I don't care if you're doing handstand push-ups or muscle ups, it's not going to do anything. You cannot outwork a bad diet. And this right here is kind of like the roadblock. It's like the little bit of the navigation, I'm not saying eat only avocados. I'm not saying only have peanut butter and bacon. No, I'm just saying what are you eating? It's the amount of calories, the BMR at the end of the day, and can you subtract 300? And can you do just an extra activity that allows you to burn another 300? It's very simple. And as a little bonus tip, do you guys want a bonus one? Should I? I don't know. I might not give a bonus one. Let's go back to the gym. Now, all right, I'll show you a little bonus one. A bonus tip is you want to eat. What the heck? There we go. You want to eat 1.2 times your body weight in pounds of protein. You might be thinking 1.2 times my body weight. That's a lot. That's a lot of protein. It is. But it's only a lot of protein because we naturally don't eat a lot of protein. Not a lot of people do. We're eating a lot of the carbs and the simple sugars and things like that. But if you plan your meals to hit your protein goal, you're gonna feel so darn full that you can't even fathom eating more than the BMR. And the protein's only gonna help to fuel your recovery. Protein is also very difficult for the body to store as fat. And on top of it, if you're eating all that protein and your body's repairing all that muscle, what happens when you build more muscle? It raises the BMR. You're now at a new baseline. And it gets even easier to keep the fat off. Let's see, got a little six-pack stuff going on there. And I eat whatever the heck I want. Why? Because I'm not going over the BMR, and the foods that I am eating are high protein foods. Any high protein food I want, I consume. And if I want to put on a little weight, build a little more muscle, yeah, some days I eat a little bit more than other days. Let's see. Hey, keep it. Bonus. All right, cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna I gotta work out. I can't be talking Bill Nye Science Guy stuff the whole time. But I do have the live recordings like saved on my channel. So if you want like a refresher of all that stuff, just make sure to like subscribe and then just go to the main channel after I'm done doing the live stream here, and then you'll have that to watch again and again whenever you want. Walter White Science. Oh yeah. Let's see. Science with Alec. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't even see the chat. Sometimes I get like so into what I'm talking about that I forget to look at what you guys are commenting. Yeah, so hopefully ASR creation, that was helpful for the burn and fat information. How to stop white sugar? Interesting question. How to stop white sugar? Are you saying like sugar cravings? Like how do you deal with having sugar cravings? Or just like are you asking like how to be mindful of not eating a lot of sugar? Quick recap, please. Okay. All right, recap. Because you asked, and I care about you guys so much. I probably should have done this before, but the first thing, you gotta find your BMR. I'd say just go to Google. When I have my website up and ready, you guys will have a link to be able to use the calculator that I use on there. I literally coded it myself, and it works really well. But first thing is you gotta find your BMR. Second thing is you do not want to don't eat over your BMR. You want to make sure the amount of calories are not going over the BMR. Second thing is you want to eat 300 calories less than the BMR. That puts you in a calorie deficit, which means your body's going to start using fat for fuel. It's supposed to be like fire, like imagine like burning calories. Fourth step is you want to do more. Look for an activity that you can add into your schedule, an additional thing you can do that gets the body moving, that allows you to burn an extra 300 calories. Because when you combine these two, and you do that every single day, you're burning 600 calories every day. After 10 days, that's 6,000 calories. After 20 days, that's 12,000 calories. And after a whole month, that's 18,000 calories. And I think like a pound of fat is equivalent to like 4,000 calories. So whatever, that's like 5 pounds of fat right there after a whole month. It's like, what? Are you serious? Mm-hmm. And then fifth step, while we're on the topic of what to eat, you want to do 1.2 times, this is a little multiplication point, 1.2 times your body weight in pounds. That's going to equal the amount of grams of protein you need to eat every single day. So for me, it's around like 200 grams of protein, and I aim to hit that every single day. And by following these 5 things, that will allow you to burn the belly fat. I don't even know why I'm trying to write this at this odd angle. Burn the fat. Boom. These 5 things. If you do that, you're gonna start getting the, there we go, got the good lighting going. Ooh. So it's whatever. But that will allow you to burn the belly fat, get the abs a bit more visible. And hopefully, like, you're hearing this and you're like, I don't know, like, that seems simple. Like, hopefully that's kind of what you're saying to yourself, because it is simple. The hard part is implementing it, but the concept is not too difficult. So, like, screenshot on your phone. That way you got this before I erase it, screenshot it. And again, you can always subscribe to the channel. These are topics I talk about a lot: how to burn fat, build muscle, get that physique going. That's my thing. If you want to be more athletic, I'm not that guy. But if you want to get a good physique going, hit me up. Let this man work out. Ha! Thank you. How to stop tea or cough? I'm loving the questions. But I gotta work out as well. So if you subscribe and stick around, I will be more than glad to continue to answer any questions that you have in future videos. In terms of stopping tea or coffee, I love coffee. I'm all about the caffeine. I have about like 600 milligrams of caffeine every single day. Not that I recommend it, but that's just me. I'm all about the caffeine. Hey, what's going on, Mark? In fact, I like coffee in the morning's fantastic. You know how there's those things about how like coffee makes you poop or whatever? That's great. Get that out of your system, Drastically decreases risk of getting like any type of like colon cancer, things like that. Studies showed that like people with like quick bowel movements, way less risk of getting like any type of like colon cancers and things. So first thing in the morning, not first thing, but like in the morning, have your coffee, get that out of your system. I typically do first thing, as soon as I wake up, I have one of these shaker bottles filled with water and lemon juice, and I chug it. Helps kind of like lubricate the organs, gets you hydrated and awake. And then about an hour after waking up, I'll have my coffee, and it kind of helps flush the rest of the system. Oh, you're from India. Hello. I've noticed I got a good amount of people from India watching the channel. I think it's like US and then like India second. I'm like, I know you guys are starting to get more into the bodybuilding realm of things. So if you get enough viewers from India, I'd be more than happy to fly to India and be able to meet everyone in person. You always say sir. Who says sir? I don't say sir. Oh, why does the person from India always say sir? Wait for my fellow French to come. Yes, I love your fries. You guys do very good with I'm a big crepe guy. I like crepes. It's like a thin pancake. Yeah, I'm increasing the weight just because I took way too long of a rest between sets, so. I think actually my brother, so he got married recently. I think he's going to be taking a cruise for his honeymoon. And I think they're stopping in like Paris, France. I think France. Paris might be too specific. When you come back to India. I've never been to India actually, but I'd be more than happy to visit. If we schedule some type of like public speaking workshop thing, I will draw on every single whiteboard. I got a lot of stuff I can map out for you guys. So. Destination, I don't know. I think the cruise, it's like stopping by a bunch of different places in Europe. But I'll ask him later. How to reduce leg fat. I appreciate the encouragement to just let me continue to just pound my muscles over here. Yeah, leg fat, same thing. Like foundationally, you want to get those calories lower. There's not really a way to like specifically target fat in specific areas. Some studies are showing that there might be ways, but still very like early research stuff. If I were to talk about it, there's no way, like, there's still no way for you to actually like target specific areas, but get the calories down, get the protein up, build more muscle, and be patient, you know, and consistent. That's the recipe for success right there. Yeah, Volvio, same, exactly like you said. It's the same for belly fat. But like, there is an interesting finding. Studies had shown that men and women actually burn fat differently. For guys, if you imagine, like, you know that picture of Da Vinci, it's like the guy standing with his arms and legs out. It's like a circle. Guys lose fat from like out in, so it'll be like head, arms, legs, like everything towards the center. So when men's bodies are burning fat, they tend to lose fat last around the gut, which is why a lot of guys strive for the six-pack, because it's harder to attain. And then for women, it's more like from the top down. So when they start losing weight, they notice their face and their neck and shoulders will start getting thinner. And then the last area will be more like towards the hips and thighs. And that's why a lot of women want to lose weight in that area, because they tend to store fat there first, and then they lose fat there last. So it's just like an interesting thing. Oh yeah, my pleasure providing all the good info. Yeah, not holding back. Like, that's literally, I'm not trying to hide any fitness secrets. That's literally like all the, you know, all the science right there. All the stuff that's worked for me, what I've seen has worked for other people. I might be done with calves. I think I've done enough calves for now. More than in class. That's the aim. I'm trying to help you guys learn things that you can apply to actually see a change. Don't ask me about the mitochondria, though. I draw the line there. one of my like life bucket list things is to meet Bill Nye the Science Guy in person. He kind of looks like my dad, so I'm like, that's always like, it's kind of cool. Like, I don't know, I'd like to meet that guy someday. We know our limits, yeah. So you might not be able to see it right now, but my hands are behind my calves so that I can feel the specific area of my calves that I want to be flexing. Because there's a very specific area that I'm trying to grow, so like by putting my fingers there and I can feel like, oh yeah, that's tense, I'm working and flexing that part, that means that part is going to start growing. Especially when you start feeling that burn. All right, that's it for calves. I'm gonna move on to the quads now. Yeah, I like doing the calves first, especially with this, just because this bar thing just kills your quads when the quads are all pumped up, working hard. How old am I? You're never supposed to ask a lady her age. How dare you? 29. Your bucket list because it lagged out. Oh, yeah, bucket list. I was just saying, meeting Bill Nye the Science Guy. That's something I'd like to be able to do. Oct Z plays. What up? How you doing? You gonna be lifting today too? All right, Volvio, keep the chat lively. Oh, we got 10 people. All right, I was gonna go use the bathroom, but because we got a party going here, I was gonna hammer out the set real quick, but I do not want to go to the bathroom in my pants. So, can I do 100 kilograms? 100 kilograms of what? Of Coke? No. I'm gonna have. Did they not play his videos and stuff for you guys in science class? Bill. No. Oh, that's a shame. All right, Volvio, keep the chat lively. I'm just gonna use the urinal real fast. I'm just gonna put the camera here because I don't want anyone to feel like I'm filming them, you know? Actually, I'll do like this, or it's whatever. All right. Yeah, I've got some friends that work out. One of my buddies, he does. He's also a client of mine, so I'm his personal trainer and his buddy. So it's funny because like when I train him, we literally just work out together. But he's lost like 20 pounds within like the first 2 months of working together, and this month has been a little tough for him. So we've not gotten a chance to really work out together yet. So we've put a pause on the program momentarily. Yeah, the John Cena reps. Oh gosh. I see more and more people going to the gym. Yeah, honestly, like, gym used to be kind of like a scary place or whatever. But like it's just like a thing. Like you have to move your body. You have to sweat like once a day at least. I'm pushing for 120 years old. That's the goal. I might need to cut back on the caffeine to have that happen, but that's my aim at least. But I heard a cool trick if you're looking to make like better quality of friends. Like it sounds, I don't care how it sounds. A lot of us out here have maintained friendships just because we've known the person since we were a kid. It's like, really, that's the criteria. As long as they knew you when you were pooping your pants, you're still friends. Like, when you upgrade the people that you're hanging out with, you upgrade like every other area of your life as well. For example, I'm working with a new client right now. She just signed up, and one of my buddies was giving me some tips for how to structure my program to allow more people. I'm not trying to pitch anything right here. I'm just giving you an example of the power of people you associate with. So he gave me some tips. He's like, yeah, dude, I think what you should do for your program is if it's genuinely too expensive for some people, take some things out of what you're offering them so that it works for both of you. And I was like, that's an interesting concept, because most of the times I'm like, okay, well, what if I do it for $100 less? Like, I'm still giving everything, but then I'm just cutting myself short. So what I did yesterday, signing this new person up, they were like, yeah, I can't really afford the full package. I'll have to think about it. And I knew if we got off the phone, statistically, they weren't going to reach back out. And if I'm trying to actually help to get them healthier, change their lives, I was like, it's my mission to talk with them on the phone to get them in this program as soon as possible, by whatever means necessary. So I was like, okay, well, what if we don't meet up in person and we just do things virtually, and I still do the accountability, I give you the workouts, does that sound fair? And then I gave them the new price, and they were like, oh, that's definitely better. But I don't know, I'm still gonna have to think about it. And I was like, okay, well, how about this? And then I started stripping things back. I was like, if I had to only give you one thing, it would be this. And we would just work together for 2 weeks, but the stuff I'll teach you in these 2 weeks are totally transformative. And and since we'll only be doing that, it'll be this price. Does that sound fair? And then they're like, oh yeah, that's good. And I was like, fantastic. So I got a new client, and I wouldn't have gotten that person to sign up if I didn't learn from my buddy who said, try modifying your program based on what people need and with their price points. And I'm like, that's crazy. I would have missed out on making more money, impacting another person's life, if I didn't meet up and didn't form a friendship with this dude who's on the same level, if not higher. So, yeah, people who you know a long time are not necessarily the best for you. Exactly. So, all right, I got to stop talking. I got working a little bit, and this workout is longer than it needs to be already, so. You gotta have more than You gotta have more than one point of view to be sure about your product. Yeah, I guess you're right. Not quite sure exactly. Like, it's basically like a variety of different things that I offer. It's like if you want like the platinum package, literally like guaranteed results, as little thought process for you, then it's like, yeah, here's the full thing. But some people, they don't need that. Like I have one guy, he's like, I don't want someone to babysit me in the gym. I just need to know what to do. And I'm like, oh, okay, fantastic. Do this. And then he goes out and he does it. And I'm like, oh, cool, all right. But there's some people, like, his babysit sounds like that's how he perceived it. Another person, they're like, no, I need the accountability. I need to know someone's there. Because if you're not there, I'm not going to be there. And I was like, of course, I can do that. So, different strokes for different folks. Nice. I just saw the poll. Another person up. I think it's like glitching out the poll right now. No, okay, yeah, just more people voting. I'm liking the pink poop. It's very girly. But cool, I'm happy to see that a good portion of people like leg day, because it's really important for the body to work your legs. Didn't know you did that. Yeah, I'm trying to go more virtual with my training stuff. Like the whiteboard thing, for example, honestly, that's gonna get you way better results than me giving you some bicep exercise, like, you know, if you're trying to lose weight or whatever. So like that instructional stuff, that gives you the power to transform your physique. But like the exercises, that's like 10% of it. The whiteboard stuff, that's like 90% right there. Have to be motivated. Yeah, you're definitely right about the motivation. I guess like 10% would be like what you do in the gym. 10% is the motivation to stay consistent. I don't know. I don't even know where, like, I'm just kind of making up these percentages of what it takes to get in shape. But as long as you're patient, as long as you're doing the right thing with the right attitude, and you're consistent with it, that's a recipe for success with anything. Like relationship stuff, investing in the stock market, bettering your career, learning new skills, like all of those things. If you're patient, you're consistent, you're doing the right thing with the right attitude. I don't know, what would be, I feel like there's like a fifth thing. If you can think of a fifth thing, let me know. Yeah, the only thing that's hard is like how we like talk to ourselves type of thing. Discipline. Yeah, I guess discipline. I guess it's like you couldn't be consistent if you weren't disciplined, I guess. But darn, what was I gonna? Yeah, so there was a trick that I've implemented with forming better habits. Because I noticed, like, for example, with going to the gym consistently, I'd come up with all these excuses of like, well, I've already went to the gym 3 times in a row. This time, I don't know, like maybe not. Like I wasn't sore, I wasn't injured enough. I'm just like, I don't know, maybe not go to the gym this time. But Anyway, I'd have like all these excuses for why not to do something, and then I had to flip it. I'm like, hold on, I just need to come up with more excuses for why I should do it. Because if you think about it with the example of like going out to grab some drinks, it's like, well, it is a Friday. I did work really hard this week. There are going to be a bunch of people there. And then there's like the fake convincing stuff that you do where it's like, there might be a really hot girl. You know, I might be able to give my business card to someone, make a really cool business connection. I'll probably have some fun memories. You know, you come up with excuses for why to do it. And you can do that with anything. So why not do it with the things that you know are going to be helping you out? Yeah, sometimes just not feeling it. Shoot, I feel that too. I don't want to go out tonight. I don't feel like it. And then the friend is like, dude, everyone's going to be there. They're going to be playing a lot of good music. It is a Friday. So sometimes when you're not feeling it, like, I've literally told myself, I'm like, it's not going to be fun. But I'm not doing it because it's fun. I'm gonna feel better afterwards. It'll make today feel more accomplished. If I do it when I don't feel like doing it, it'll only be easier to do it again in the future. You know, it's like all these different things that you can kind of say to yourself. And it just makes it easier and easier. And then eventually you get to the point where it's autopilot and you're like, it's a non-negotiable. It's like I'm going to the gym. Like, why would I? Like, I go to the gym. Like, that's what I do. And there's some tricks you can do. Like that book, Atomic Habits, talks about how when you shift. I don't want to yell. But the book Atomic Habits talks about how when you shift your identity, like if you identify as the type of person that I don't want to be like getting bunch of people in on the video. But let's say I go to the gym. Like I'm the type of person that exercises all the time. Then every decision you make is around that identity. Like I'm not a morning person. Does that person wake up in the morning? No, they don't identify as a morning person. I'm a night owl. You know, that person stays up late. And by like kind of shifting your identity, it makes it easier to make decisions that are congruent with that identity. So like, how do you form that? Well, sometimes it takes just doing the same thing enough times where you have enough like evidence to support the fact that like, oh yeah, no, I'm active, I'm fit, I do these things, because if you look at my schedule, you can see that last week, 7 days in a row, I was at the gym. And the month prior, I did the same exact thing. Like if someone smoked a cigarette once in their lifetime, they're not going to consider themselves a smoker. If they do it enough times, then it's like, yeah, I'm a smoker. It's like, oh, why do you say that? Because I smoke a cigarette every single day. It's like, oh, well, yeah. So you can either start with doing the things that someone who has that identity would do. Like what would someone who's very fit, like what's something they would do? They'd go to the gym every day. If someone is really fit, how much water would they drink? Probably like a gallon. Is someone who's really fit drinking soda all the time? No. It's like your brain can almost come up with the answers for you, you know? Yeah, you don't even need to think about it. Well, I think by definition, if you kill someone, I think the definition of like murdering someone is that you murdered a person. I don't think it's quantity based, or well, it is quantity based. It's just a very low quantity of one. So. Well, I hope you guys have been enjoying the leg workout journey with me so far. Literally have kept it super simple. I just did that thing, and now I'm doing this thing, the leg press. And it doesn't take a lot of exercises. I mean, it takes a lot of work, all the things, but a lot of French bodybuilders. I wonder if that's like a popular thing out there. I should have brought my protein with me. I got work in like 12 minutes, which is literally here. I just work here. I didn't bring any of my food. I was planning to like work out, cook some food, shower, bring my food back here. I think I'm just gonna go grab like 12 protein shakes and then just like head back here. Or I might I think I'm gonna recruit my mom, have her get me some Chipotle. You guys have Chipotle? It's like a burrito place. What can you say? I know. We're from New Jersey. But I say water. I don't say wooder, because wooder is not a thing. Do you pronounce your name Jorge? Or is it George? It's really rare. Oh. Chipotle is starting to not stay good. It used to be like top-notch stuff. Now it's like, I feel like they're starting to slack a bit. All right, that's it for the leg day today. So I gotta go grab my protein shakes. But I thoroughly enjoyed having you guys here for the ride. It was fun doing the whiteboard stuff earlier. Just make sure to, like, if you want to rewatch me talk about how to do the calories and stuff to make burning fat very fast and easy, make sure to come back around when this video is, the recording is uploaded. You can just like rewind back, and I do my best to like really break down exactly what I did. A lot, like following that method, all the stuff I showed you on the whiteboard, I lost like 20 pounds in 2 months. Went from like over 20% body fat down to like basically where I'm at right now. And no starving diets, no crazy workouts. Just followed the numbers and stuck with it. But yeah, bro, hope you have a great day as well. All girls I met in my life. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. That's funny. All right, before I go, just as a side thing that was funny. So, yeah, it's like a girl that I'm talking to, but we're not like boyfriend, girlfriend dating or anything like that. And I had to look up to see when Valentine's Day was this week, because I didn't want to like accidentally say like, yeah, let's do something Wednesday. You know, I think just hang out or whatever. And then like, it's like Valentine's Day, and it's like, she's like expecting something, and I'm like, oh crap, I didn't realize it's Valentine's Day. I literally didn't have anything planned. So nothing planned for today. Not meeting nobody. I made sure there's no encounters happening today. Just want to get a good workout in, edit some videos, clock in some hours here, get paid, eat some Chipotle, you know. But yeah, bro, have a good one. Make sure to hit the gym too, get a good sweat going. All right, I'll see you guys